Yes, I'm aware that it's probably not the most relevant thing to talk about right now. However, this is done on purpose because the last time that I got involved in some drama like this, I ended up regretting it in the long run. So I am purposefully going to give my take and have my voice heard when it's probably most needed. That being when everyone's given up caring about it. Because I don't want people to just forget this ever happened and just look forward to the next big thing online to get upset about. Because this is kind of a big deal, and it impacts me specifically for a multitude of reasons. For one, I have an immense amount of admiration for Jacksfilms specifically. Ignoring what I've mentioned before, my video with the most amount of views happens to be my edit of Yai 500. That, and it's probably been like it probably has like the most interaction I've ever had out of any one singular video. So that video means a lot for me for a lot of reasons. Also because I'm really happy with how it turned out. So there's that. Another thing is that my current series that I'm working on, Akawa, is directly inspired by the way he has formatted his Yai series with the 4 colored letters and the quick snappy intro with the letters coming in one at a time, so on and so forth. I've been watching Jacksfilms since 2011, and he's been a huge influence for how I view making content and influencing my sense of humor. So, of course, I'm going to come into this very, very biased. But I can tell you right now that I don't have to in order to know where the fuck I stand on this situation. You know, I don't think it's a controversial thing to say that doxing bad, like really, really bad, like one of the worst things you could do to an online creator other than literally like doing harm, like because this could lead to harm. I'm not gonna waste your time expositing details that you probably are already aware of, so I'm going to recommend you check out videos that I'll link at the end if you want to be caught up on everything. Shout out to TheRealSullyG, by the way, for like having documented like all of this, just as much as he possibly could. Like actually like taking the reins while he, like, Jack himself has been like MIA for like this whole thing. Probably because he's working with some people legally to look at how he can handle this and also to recuperate his mental health, considering. I do not blame him for taking a break. But back on topic, yes, this does affect me because someone I admire and have a lot of appreciation for is being targeted. But it's also more so personally because of the precedent this sets. The content that I make for myself and those willing to watch is to bring awareness towards autism, debunking stereotypes, acknowledging the struggles and admiring like the aspect of who we are and coming to accept that. But the issue is that if it, like, something that I have definitely feared the entire time is that it does put me out there and exposes myself as being autistic, and that can, alongside topics surrounded by it, opens me up to harassment from fuckers who are not so nice to me and my associates, I suppose. Basically, it puts a target on my back. And now, with YouTube's response, it gives a clear excuse for people to come after me much easier. I have been the target of discrimination in the past for that exact same reason. I have been very lucky that it is infrequent, But putting myself out on the internet opens me up to a lot more eyes. Considering the size of my channel being excessively small, I doubt my voice would ever be heard if I were to express concern, especially if something were to legitimately happen. This does not just affect Jack. It affects every single person on this platform. And especially so those more susceptible to harassment, for whatever reason that might be. And for me, it's ableists. There has been a singular common phrase that I've been hearing from every single person talking about this thing in response to YouTube's response. A slap on the wrist. Because that's the most appropriate way to call this. It barely does anything. She already has a buttload of money. She already has, like, other ways of making money without having to rely on YouTube, probably. And they're gonna turn it back on eventually anyway. And then trying to act like a complete fence sitter and say both sides. I'm sorry, fucking what? The most I can deduce out of that vague statement is that the content that he was making on Jacksfilms, and I can't believe I have to say that with a straight face, but I have to because that is legitimately how it's pronounced. They view it as harassment, like targeted harassment, which, no, it's not. It is putting a spotlight on the content. He is at no point goading his audience to attack her. He never actually, like, tries to insinuate that he is looking for that kind of reaction. All he wants is to bring attention to the lazy content and expect something to change out of it, which there has been. The point that he's doing is either for Sniper Wolf to change, which won't fucking happen, or for the people whose content got stolen to speak up and claim it, which they have, which has been affecting her videos, which is why she's now coming after him. The moment that he gets any sort of momentum for this movement, of course she's gonna silence it. She would just ignore it otherwise because, like, oh, who fucking cares? Like, she was kind of taking, like, the bigger position for a while. Just like, whatever, I'm making a buttload of money. Cool, whatever. The moment that, like, people are starting to claim their content back and her views start dipping, that's where she has the problem with. But, you know, if she had enough motivation to put effort and originality into her fucking apology tweets, instead of having ChatGPT write it for her, then maybe she could have actually found some sort of way to work around this, such as, I don't know, ask permission, credit the creators. Oh, but then it wouldn't come out daily. Ooh. Give me a fucking break. Like you need anything more than, like, a weekly upload. Especially with your back catalog. You're fucking kidding me, dude? Every single way that this has been handled, I am excessively disappointed in YouTube about. And literally everything that has been going on with Sniper Wolf, and her sister, by the way, let it be known, like, she's been kind of a cunt about it too. Like, everything about this has just been completely disappointing to see. And it shows that the only people that we can rely on in times like these are ourselves and our communities. Just like how we did with this situation, we need to be able to come together collectively and show support for ourselves and denounce actions such as what Sniper Wolf has displayed. This video is not a call to arms. This video is not to take advantage of the drama. I simply wanted to remind everyone that just because it's no longer relevant news, it does not make it any less important. But also, as a message for YouTube, if they so happen to see this, please do better.